Okay, today I want to take you through an app I created using vibe coding, which, if you don't know, is essentially using AI to code and program your own app. So basically, this idea was for something I felt like many people could use in their real life, specifically for this dating life. I have an idea for a full app that would include swiping through profiles and matching with someone, but obviously that project's a bigger scope. What I've created is just the main feature of the app, which is creating your own not personality test, but a dating questionnaire that essentially you could use and embed in your profile that would ask all those most important questions, those deal breaker questions, such as, do you want kids? Are you okay with dogs as a pet, etc. Now, creating questionnaire, there's programs, websites that exist where you can use to create your own questionnaire and send to people, but they're a little complicated and take a while to set up. So I've created an app that any of you can use, and it's a little bit easier and quicker. And the idea is that it would be used to screen pre-date, because let's be honest, everybody has so many options nowadays in the world of dating apps. So instead of finding out all these important questions after 4 or 5 dates, where you've spent time, money, invested, emotions, what have you, you can send this ideally in the future through the app, and it's going to be like 10, 15 questions of all those important deal breaker questions, because it's kind of just weird to ask that in a conversation, even if a conversation through Hinge or Tinder. So this is just a streamlined way. But anyways, the app I have working now is just, again, the questionnaire aspect of it. So I do not have the dating app, but I do have the questionnaire app. Again, the problem this is addressing is that they're online dating. It's an effective way to meet people, but people are becoming more frustrated with the dating experience, in my opinion, because there's so many options. And where my app idea comes in is that it's going to enhance your experience by incorporating these compatibility tests that you create yourself. It's not going to be an algorithm. You're the one who decides what are the most important questions for you. That way, you are vetting people before you go out and spend your time and money on them. And I mean, I don't think you need to ask 100 questions. You don't need to figure out their favorite color. This is just for those most important questions that, for you, depending on their answer, it might mean you don't even want to waste your time. So I'm not going to go through what I prompted. It's pretty self-explanatory. It would take hours for me to just sit down and show you what I was doing here. But essentially, you just kept prompting, working out the kinks, and until I got here to my minimal viable product. So let's get into it. I'll just show you what's possible for you to do on your laptop without any experience with coding. All right, so this is my homepage, make or break. So this is what you can use to create your questionnaire pretty quickly. You don't have to use it for dating. You can use it for anything you want, really. I've already created an account just so we can get going faster and not waste time. Okay. So once you've created your account, it's going to take you to your dashboard, and this is where you're going to create your test. And hopefully the idea of this makes more sense as we go. Upload your photo. So this is what the users are going to see, your name, your bio. I'm just going to say creator of make or break. And can save that as I go along. And again, there are apps that are out there, or at least there's websites. I think Tally is one of them that I use to create one of these types of tests, but it was a lot more complicated. So I've kind of just tried to streamline the experience to make it quicker, more user-friendly. And so here you're gonna ask your deal breaker questions. There's actually a deal breaker mark, so it will if someone gives you an answer that's unacceptable for you, for example, let's say do you want kids? Let's say if they do not, that's a deal breaker for you. So that's going to be flagged as a deal breaker answer, and it'll highlight at the end of the test, and it will tell the user who took the test that they marked a deal breaker question. But the way I designed the app, it doesn't tell them what they scored or which question was a deal breaker. Just, I think people might want to keep that private. And you also can assign points to each answer, so you can get a score at the end. Just kind of fun to see. They got 50 points out of 60 possible. Kind of just at first glance, you see what the compatibility score per se is. Not that it's like an accurate form of let's say measure of compatibility, but it's at least a score that tells you how closely you are aligned on most important values. Anyway, let's just go on and keep making some questions in this questionnaire, compatibility test, whatever you want to call it. So the deal breakers, no, you don't want kids. Let's say one kid, you'd say 2 points, that's fine. 2, that's 3 points. Say you want a lot of kids, 3 plus, you can mark as 5 points. So now when this question is submitted, if they chose 4, they're going to have 5 out of 5 points on the test. And obviously, as we add more questions, which you do just by going down here, it's going to keep adding on the potential amount of points. And if, say you don't want to give 5 points for an answer, it's not as important, you just want to do 3, it's only going to add 3 potential points. So if they answer a question that says it's 3 points, it's not going to, for example, if I did the maximum amount of points in this question as being 3, the total at the end is going to be 8. So they answered 4, and then they answered a question that was 3 points, it would say 8 out of 8. It's not going to say 8 out of 10, if that makes sense, because I'm not going to put any answers here with 5 points. I don't know, let's say, do you want pets? Let's say, yes, a dog. Okay, so I have 5 questions, so it's going to let me publish it. Asking for donations here, obviously. I'm going to hit no. And so here I have my dashboard. I copy my link, I send that to someone, and they will see my test, and they can take my test. So what I'm going to do is open this up, and let me do a incognito window so it doesn't think I'm still signed. Doesn't use my account, I'm already signed in here. So I created that test, I published it. This is the profile. I didn't add a profile picture, otherwise there would be a picture here, but this is the profile I made with my name, test account, and then my bio. And it's going to ask the person, I'm just going to do test at test.com. You need to actually enter an email. Instagram user name is optional. Start the test. Now you can see this is the test I created. And you can see how quick and easy it was for me to create this test and publish it. Obviously, I would ask more questions if I'm creating a serious test, but I'll show you how it looks at the end. So I'm going to hit no, let's say I don't want kids, let's say I don't want pets. Actually, no, let's do yes, cat and dog. Do you want to get married? Whatever, yes, but not for a while. Next, and these are just to get through. So users can leave a note if they have any comments on your test, etc. I'm going to submit this, and this is what the users will see. So out of 13 possible points, I got 5 on that, and I got 1 deal breaker. So then they get an idea too whether or not they can expect a call back from you. If they answered a deal breaker, probably not. And then right here, I give them the option to create their own test. They can easily just get started on an account. And then let's go back to my account. I'm going to refresh this, and let's see if the submission shows up. I'm gonna have to sign in again. I'm deleting this account, so if you're trying to guess my password so that you can uses blackmail against me by creating a fake test. You won't succeed. Anyways, and here we go. Here's my submission. And it tells me all the answers that person gave, who was just me 5 seconds ago, and highlights the deal breaker, score. I'll fix this so it actually gives you a score instead of just giving you deal breaker hit. Normally it would show you the score, but I just need to fix the coding so it adds the score along with saying deal breaker hit. If I hadn't hit the deal breaker, it would have showed a score, but we'll fix that. And there you have it. And so it's going to show my email up here. If I put my my name, my real name, it would have showed up right here, and then the Instagram handle will show up right here if someone enters it. And again, the idea behind this is that you know all these important questions. So if, say you started talking to somebody on a dating app, and you don't want to waste your time and money. It can be expensive. They can take a lot of time to go through all these options. Everyone has so many options nowadays with dating apps. You can be like, okay, cool, here, we'll fill out this questionnaire if we could see if there's actual potential. And then here you go, right away, they don't want kids, so why waste your time if that's a deal breaker for you? And then maybe there's no deal breakers, but you get a better question of them, or better question, you get a better idea of who they are. You don't have to necessarily put deal breaker questions, or you can put questions that are most interesting, that you find most, interesting to learn about the other person. And then you got it all right here to review, and then there you go. And then you can create a test and send it back to you if you want. So just wanted to show you the kind of things that are possible. I don't have much coding training. I've studied it, but there's no way I could have built this without using vibe coding, because this is just so complex. Something like this would have taken me months and months to do, but I can do this in like an hour. So it's pretty cool, the new world of AI we're in, cool and scary. But just want to show you another way you can see an issue in your life or something that you want to fix, want to make more efficient, and you can just create an app for it. Like I did here. It's just takes an idea and the dedication to time and an account with some sort of vibe coding platform, which I'm using Lovable, which is pretty, I like it. It's not perfect, but it built me this app relatively quickly. And in the future, I would like to create a whole entire dating platform that incorporates this questionnaire. I know there's some similar apps that exist, but there's always room to make things more efficient and then try to market that. And again, this is less of a business case proposal to you, just more about showing you what is possible to do. You can do it from your bed. All you need is a laptop.